Can you solve this logarithmic equation? Let's have a look at it step by step together. The problem is that the bases are different, so we cannot cancel the logs on both sides. So our aim is to make the bases the same. How can we do this? I'll show you two methods. The first one relies on a basic understanding of what logarithms actually mean. If you have log base a of b equals c, this means that a raised to the power of c gives you b. A typical way of remembering this is to draw an anti-clockwise loop like this, which starts at a, takes c as its power, and then the result will end up being b. Okay, how is this relevant here? Well, if we want to square the base, say we want to consider log a squared, then to keep c as is, we would need to square b. In other words, the exponential equation will become a squared to the c equals b squared. And that'll check out because it's basically squaring both sides of the exponential equation, right? Okay, how can we use this here? We'll look at the left-hand side of the equation and change the base to 9. 9 is the square of 3, so we're squaring a, meaning that we need to square b to keep c the same. So we lose the square root around the 2x plus 3. If you didn't like this method, hang tight. I'm going to show you an alternative in a minute. And now we can replace this instead of the left-hand side of the equation, and the logs have the same base. The logs are one-to-one functions, so for them to be equal, their inputs must be equal. And this gives us a simple equation to solve, giving us x equals 5. As promised, I said I'd show you a second method. So let's go back to the original equation. If you're someone who likes to use formulas, then you can use the base change formula for a log. If you have log base x of y, and you want to change this to base z, for example, then you do your desired change, but then you divide by the log of the old base, using your new base. So it'll become log base z of y divided by log base z of your old base, x. Okay, so let's do this to the left-hand side of the equation. We can change the base to 9 by doing the desired change, and then dividing by log base 9 of 3. What power should 9 be raised to get 3? 3 is the square root of 9, so 9 should be raised to 1/2 to get 3. Dividing by 1/2 is like multiplying by 2. And now we can use a property of logs, which states that a factor in front of the log can be taken as a power for the input. We can see that the square will cancel with the square root, resulting in the same exact simplification. And now you can plug this in the left-hand side and solve similarly. Whichever method you choose, the final answer is x equals 5.